So Eddie, we're both CISOs, second time CISOs. So I guess glutton for punishment. What I'm curious about is, it took a long time to get here for both of us. We've had careers behind us, and things probably look different, now than what we thought they would be. So I'm kind of curious. What are some things that like people don't expect the CISO role is going to be, or the CISO job is going to be? Kind of maybe warn some people, or at least let them know what they might be getting into.
Absolutely. I know it. It's just such a unique field and such a unique level to be at. There's only one at every company.
Right.
And so, there's things there that just people aren't aware of if you've never been a CISO. But I think the good thing is there's so many different paths to get to become a CISO. But, if you're looking at a warning of, what should I be careful of, or what should I be cognizant of? Absolutely understanding that every room in every meeting you're in, you have to be able to talk to your audience, and you have to be able to have the technical discussions, have the non-technical discussions, have some of the legal discussions. It's just different in every environment. So I think that's something that you be very aware of. Is you never know when you have to tap into something from 10 years ago or from 10 minutes ago based on who you're interacting with.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that's interesting to me about the role is just how broad you need to be. I mean, it's almost like mile wide, inch deep. But in reality, we all have those areas that are natural and we can very easily dive into. But that necessity to be broad, I'm not sure in an organization if there's other roles like that.
And it's a good thought. Not a lot of roles you have to know 10 different domains.
Right.
Not a lot of roles expect you to know about legal or compliance, or even about encryption levels and ciphers. Right? And so, there's so much to that role, and the people that you interact with may or may not know 9 of the domains that you're talking about.
Right.
And so I think it is a very unique role, but it's a very rewarding role in my opinion.
What kind of training, again, there's the on-the-job stuff, right? Are there, is there like training? Is there classes? I mean, or you're just, YOLO, you got to figure it out?
No, absolutely. There's training. I think for me, you always ask people to do things that you're willing to do as well.
Right.
So if you're asking them to go get certifications as a CISO, you definitely better be getting certifications as well. And there are different levels to get. I may not need to go and configure a router,
right.
But I should know the ramifications of a misconfigured router.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are classes that if you're sending your team to, take the leadership class, be a part of that discussion, be a part of that environment, because if it's good for them, it's good for you. And I think absolutely there's a lot of classes to take.
Is there any off the top of your head that you'd recommend?
I'm a big fan of ISACA.
Okay.
I think, being able to understand the auditor role, how to be tested, understand what they're looking for. I'm a huge fan of what they bring to the table.
Right.
They have a wealth of security courses that are out there, but when it comes to certifications, they're pretty clean cut. We got 4 out there, and here's what they are.
Right.
And you can become an expert in any one of them. So definitely a fan of them. But all the big names have something like that.
I think the auditor role is like an interesting one to think about, especially when we're talking about that breadth.
Yes.
Auditors also have to be very broad, slightly different lens, but also have to be very broad. So I hadn't thought about that ISACA training might be a really good path forward there.
Yeah, absolutely. And every program gets audited. Every program has metrics to it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know what they're looking for and what they're expecting of you, it's really easy to come to that discussion with some insight and some leadership skills. And so I think, having that background is absolutely critical for, that leadership role.